Air quality and breathing. What is the real cost of good air? Well, today's video we're going to be talking about is the cost of breathing in India. It's a video by Brian Johnson. Like him or hate him, you can let me know in the comments. But link to the original video down in the description below. If you want to support the original creator, it's always in the description. But if you want to support me and you like the conversations and reactions we have here on this channel, consider subscribing, doing the like thing, lets the YouTube gods know that I'm doing something right. But more importantly, get your keyboards ready because we're getting right into it starting now.
You don't live under a rock,
Mumbai.
you have most likely heard of him. He's an American tech entrepreneur and an anti-aging fanatic. Brian Johnson.
One of our biggest concerns in coming to India is the air quality. I think they have right now the worst air quality in the entire world. And it's interesting that nobody is wearing a mask. You know, the effects are so far ranging in terms of effects on children and their growth, and it's so multifaceted that it's hard to even comprehend the seriousness of it.
Okay, so two things here. First off, yes, it is very, very. Air quality does have a huge part in how healthy you are, what happens with your children, future generations. It can affect an entire society for generations negatively. And if you got good air quality, for the good. That being said, I'm not trying to meme this entire video, but you know what? I'm not going to make a joke. But also, Brian Johnson is kind of he's one of those, like, when they said he's a de-aging fanatic, that's putting it lightly. So anything that's out of the norm for him can affect him more, if that makes sense. So I'm gonna try to keep the jokes to a minimum, not because I don't want to say them, but because I actually want to I want to hear what he has to say. And if I'm thinking of jokes the whole time, I'm gonna distract myself. I just know it because I'm already cheesing. I'm already trying to not laugh.
We want to get many people of the country to be talking about these ideas and do so in 5 days.
Oh my God, look at Jesus Christ, dude. Look at that. You can't even see the other side of the water, bro. The irony is the water is supposed to make the air quality better. Dude, that's freaky, dude. That's actually freaky.
I haven't slept in a long time. Poorly rested, but also I was very concerned about the air quality here. Like, it's awful. It's like in the middle of a fire.
Oh, bro, that's so disgusting, man. Oh man, oh boy. Like, how do you fix that if it's that bad? Perpetually that bad.
I almost didn't come. Like, we were gonna call the trip off a week ago. I was told that this hotel had air quality, like, filters in each room in the hotel. It was like definitely like it was a thing. Everyone was like, they were aware of it, and that's not the case. We're only here for a couple days, but these people here live with this every single day. Really puts it in perspective.
Yeah, that is. I'm actually speechless. Like, because Brian Johnson, he is kind of he's very dramatic. Because, like I said, he's a de-aging fanatic. He got great skin, though. I got to give him that. But so he is a little dramatic on things, but it's like, I hate that he's right, dude. By the way, for those watching, I'm not Indian. It's funny because anyone who watches my channel regularly knows that I'm Mexicano, soy Mexicano, soy de Mexico. Mi familia es de Monterrey, right? But every person that tries to talk shit on me doesn't actually know my race. And so they just be saying insults, and I'm just like, bro, it literally does not apply to me. If only YouTube would allow those comments. I get the ping of them, but then they disappear because YouTube, they've been getting stricter, by the way. Like they used to let me like unhide them. Even like I used to like unhiding the negative comments, but YouTube is just like, I don't know what's going on, but they don't let me do that anymore. Like I mean they do, but like they just don't even. Yeah, they're getting stricter, which is a side rant. But yeah, I just think it's funny that like anytime people want to insult me, even though I'm not Indian, they like to say Indian jokes, and I'm like, first off, I'm not, but you gotta save these to the right guy. What are you doing?
Brian, welcome to India for the first time. What is the one thing you're looking at more than anything in India right now?
Air quality.
How bad is it?
I can't really see you over there.
So what does that mean? So what is the number right now?
The PM 2.5 over 10x. What is reasonable? What is appropriate?
So what is it doing to me?
It can create neurological dysfunction. It can cause asthma. It can cause lung irritation. It's whole body damage.
And it can make your kids like this is one of the things too. It could really like mess up the development of your kids as they're getting older, right? The development of their brain. If they're not getting good, clean oxygen, as in the years that they're maturing, it's going to lead to a lot of lack of brain function. Now, I say that generally because that could lead to so many different outcomes. Like I it's one of those things where like it can create so many problems for you that it's not easy for me to just say like it's this one thing. And I know this as someone who's not a fucking doctor, okay? It's the same thing when like drinking really bad water. It's just the water and air. If you get bad water, bad air for the longest of time, even if you have generations of people get used to it, like maybe in India, mentally, the mental capacity and growth is going to be limited. It's going to be stunted at some point. So it doesn't matter if a body can physically get used to it.
Is it okay if I put a mask on?
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
Thanks. Yes.
Recently, Brian Johnson was in India. Then he went on a podcast, but he cut the conversation short. He walked out of the podcast, recording midway because of the air.
So my team's telling me you want to like...
Cool.
This is okay. So this is the frustrating part. I want to like he's so dramatic about everything. Okay, that's just who he is. But at the same time, I kind of dude, I sympathize with him. Like imagine you're min-maxing your body, and your body's like he's doing everything he physically can to de-age and live as long as he can. Going to India would probably be the worst decision you could ever make, just solely based on the air quality. You're not even getting into the food. You're not even getting into the water. You're not even getting to anything else. So for me, it's like, it makes sense for him to leave midway, like not actually stay there that long. And what's crazy is I don't hate India. I've never been. I've had friends in college who were from India, some of my best friends. And we hung out all the time. So I do have some bias and understanding towards India. But I am not going to defend India in the sense that there's so many content creators that have gone there who basically plan for a week, but stay 3 days because they leave 30 days in because whether it's they just get so sick from the food and the water. And one of the things too is they recycle. Well, I had to go full. Hey, I'm not trying to put attitude, but the fact that I was like, I gotta go full cam for this. Recycle. So take something like this, right? They will recycle this, fill it up with more soda, not clean it, by the way, and just put it back in the fucking thing to sell. So you sometimes when you think you're getting a clean bottle with clean soda or water, think again. So it's that bad. I've seen videos of people like bags of fucking chips, dude. They like make them on the floor and put them in there. The seal, the only piece of machinery that they have is the baking thing, the baking oven, and the thing that seals the chips. Everything else is just dudes on some blankets. And I'm like, bro, oh my God. If that happened in the US, there will be people very violent towards that factory. Like, because Americans, we are spoiled. But that to me is a different level of like, yo, even if you think you're getting something clean through a bag of chips, you really don't know. You really don't know. And that's the issue with India. Is like, even if something seems legit and you want to give it the benefit of the doubt, you really don't know because of how nobody cares. It's weird.
I'm so sorry. You just can't do this.
Brian had to leave. I'm actually surprised that the air quality affected him that much.
Our bodies have acclimatized, our bodies have adjusted. The body has compromised to an extent where it does not feel like we are facing any issues, but in reality we are.
Through the conversation, I could hear you fading and like your throat, like my throat's sore.
Yep. The pollution is just not a big deal to them.
And the thing is too, like, we have, like, I'm not going to say America's perfect. America does have some cities that, like, the air pollution is just horrible. But it's not, and we're very blessed that it's not the whole US. So you could go somewhere and get, like, how would I say, like, recover? Like, get clean air. Like, it's much more manageable here, but obviously some of the bigger cities don't have clean air. I live in Washington, so I live near the coastline, so air tends to be much better. But still, it's just people need to take air quality much more serious. I have air purifiers pretty much in every room, even if I don't really use them all the time. Oh shit. I kind of turn them, like, they're on a cycle, so it's not like they're on 24/7, but you get what I mean. Like, it's just, I had those before the pandemic, before, the scare of all that, just because it's like, I don't know, it just makes me more comfortable. Also, I have allergies, so I'm not going to pretend. That's why if you look at my eyes right now, I forgot to take my allergy meds this morning, and my eyes are really red. And it looks like I was crying. I cry all the time, but it's definitely not because of this time.
And the setting was basically outdoor, so it's like full-on pollution.
Oh.
It's like cut the conversation off in like the middle of the flow, but it's very stressful. You guys, there's a lot of things in the world that are trying to kill us. For example, last week I spoke. We're all sore in the throat. Our eyes are watering. Our eyes are burning. Like, you can just feel and taste the pollution. It's really intense.
Oh, the fact that if you're this close to water, though, you should be able to see the other side, but you can't. It's
For context, we have this app that basically shows what the air quality is like in Mumbai. And it is just one step below being dangerously hazardous.
The Don't Die clinic in California is immaculate. Water and air and food. So coming here is like the absolute opposite. And so we were trying to figure out, can we be here in India and talk about Don't Die and Blueprint and still limit the amount of damage that's done? And so we have an air quality device here. So this is really comforting to know that the conditions in this room and in all of our rooms are actually okay.
Those are really good. I will say this. One of the things, I know people hate the pandemic and a lot of people died from it, but one of the pros that came from the pandemic was a lot of companies started doing better about making better air filters that were much more affordable. Because it felt like if you really wanted to get a good air filter, you had to get like an office grade one, and those were stupidly expensive for no reason. But now we have better selection of smaller air filters, like really small ones that are, it's not crazy, but I can put it on my desk and not feel, you know what I mean? Like it's not going to run up my energy bill. So I think that was one of the benefits of it is just air filters. Air purifiers are much better.
We're doing 3 podcasts, 1 press event, and 1 dinner in one go. So it's just like a blitz.
Today on our show, we have Brian Johnson. So sorry about the air quality. You have ignited a very interesting thought in me that this is not normal.
Oh yeah, my eyes burn, my throat burns, my lungs burn. It's so bad.
I was wondering whether you are missing some other good things in life by concentrating so much on longevity. I think you are fighting against nature, and I don't know why.
Hey, you know what? Dude, I can't. I hate agreeing with Brian Johnson, bro. I don't know why I'm calling y'all bro, but I'm not a Brian Johnson fan. But like the fact I'm glad that somebody is like him is calling this out, the air quality. Because it's like at some point someone's got to be like, wait a minute, we're a pretty big country with a lot of resources and surprisingly a lot of money. Why are we still dealing with issues that a lot of the rest of the world does not have? You see what I'm saying? And it's not like they don't have allies in the world that can help them develop technologies to fix these problems. That is one of the advantages of having US as your ally for the most part is you get access to American technology. And I'm pretty sure India could have had it. I mean, I think they put tariffs like crazy on the US for a long time. But still, it's like we're in 2025. You got to start trying to fix these things outside of like climate change and all that stuff, regardless if you believe that or not. Air quality, it's like, what can we do to even make a dent in it versus not even try?
I'm going through the emotional reconciliation process, going through all the mourning of people not leaving totally satisfied. It's upsetting to me. All right, we finished 4 podcasts, 1 social media shoot. Now we have a dinner. You know what? I messed this up. We've done so many things today, I can't even think straight. The most universal human experience and want is that none of us want to die right now.
Jesus Christ, dude. This is bad. This is real bad.
Like, look at the biomass on all of Earth with plants, animals, and humans, all of it. The number 1 metabolic objective is nothing wants to die right now.
Brian, I see you are traveling with your air monitoring device here.
We carried an air filter with us everywhere we went. We set it up in the place we were at to clean the air. Improving air quality in India is better than curing cancer.
This was an honor because I genuinely believe that you're at that brink of actually creating a practical change in human society.
He's kind of got a point. Hold up, we gotta.
Was an honor because I genuinely.
Oh, I meant to go back to like honestly, like these guys. If India is trying to cure cancer, they got so many other shit they gotta fix. Imagine curing cancer just to get it from the air pollution again. Imagine, like
that you're at that brink of actually creating a practical change in human society. And I don't know how many human beings in the current world population can say that.
It is absolutely insane that we would do anything to compromise our existence.
One day we'll look back at it and probably think of it as a human right violation.
Yeah.
But we just do not. We continue living. Nobody thinks we'll move out of Mumbai or Delhi for that matter.
Yeah. Hey guys, ready to roll.
There's a
lot of bad things in the world, but I like it.
Yeah.
It's the only one we have. It's the only one we have, and
right.
I like this life, and I think I have enough control in my life to do good things.
The most important thing is like having the support structure that you guys have each other is amazing. So thanks for having us on. This was such a fun conversation with you guys.
Thank you guys for doing this.
Yeah. There's strength in community. It takes a teeny percent of society to go in a different direction.
Yeah, how you doing? Good to see you.
To then shift all of society. And I think we're right there on the cusp of shift where like health is going to be the norm. And so if we can do this and plant this as a community, it'll be much easier for all of us.
I'm actually kind of not impressed, but I'm glad that they're not like hostile against him, being like, hey guys, your air quality is really, really bad. Like, no human being should be living in this. And I think that's pretty cool.
Brian's on an adventure. He understands that people are not going to just eat up this idea of don't die very simply. He needs the haters to pass the message on. And in the same way, when you're making choices in life, you need the critics. The criticism, in a sense, is a validation of the idea that this is going to work. It's such an interesting way to look at yourself in the present. You go outside into the future and look in. What does it mean for humanity as a whole? Now that's something you have to think about. What happens if your father or your mother, your kids, or you don't die?
Yo, that's kind of a fire line, I'll be honest. That was actually really... What happens if they don't die? That's crazy, dude. But no, I honestly think, you know what? Hey, good for him for actually creating a situation in which there's conversation going on about air pollution, because it's much more serious than you think. And then when you have really bad air and it rains, you get acid rain, and that destroys so much property. It ruins cars' paint. It creates so many other unnecessary problems that don't need to exist. So was I being over dramatic? Does he deserve more credit? What can India actually do? Do you think that they'll be able to solve this in our lifetime? Let me know in the comments down below. Either way, love you guys. Check it on the next one. Bye-bye. This video is brought to you actually by viewers like you. Thank you so much for subscribing and being part of my journey and allowing me to be a part of yours. Let's create new memories this 2025 on our road to 1 million subscribers. And with all that jazz out of the way, I just want to say thank you so much. I love y'all and enjoy the video.